Hello, 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 and welcome in, welcome in. My name is Asherah, and welcome to my PhD journey where I'm exploring dissociative identity disorder and psychosis alongside conscious expansion. Blending the 3D academic world with my 5D spiritual practices. I'm also training as a shamanic practitioner and bringing my gifts as a clairvoyant and medium. As we dive in, please note that when I am channeling spirit, the insights are personal and spiritual, they are not clinical. While I have academic training in mental health, this journey is about my authentic, multidimensional exploration. So let's embark on this journey together and uncover the intersections of science and spirit. So it is Saturday the 6th of December and the time is 10:22 a.m. And I was just having a conversation with myself because I just listened to a reading. Can't remember her name. Well, anyway, on YouTube. And she was just saying something that resonated because on Thursday, no, it's yesterday, not even Thursday, yesterday was the 4th, because today's the, no, actually, that's not true. When did she see me on the 4th? Yeah, Thursday the 4th, so yeah, it was Thursday the 4th, actually, and I had my session with my shamanic practitioner, and we went through a whole heap of stuff, and I have to say, it was my 8th session, because I'm in my 8th month now, I believe, and it was my best session. I since October I started to do one-to-one with her because I was in a group with other women training to become shamans, but I don't know, man. In October I shared some stuff with the group, and yeah, you could just, I think because of where they are on their journey, what I was talking about seemed to alarm them a little bit, like, do you know what I mean? And I recognize that you can't be in a circle with people that can't hold space for you, because their comprehension only goes so far, and you're asking them to break out of the matrix to be able to see you, which is very, very scary, can be. And they reacted in that way, you know what I mean? And I sat with my spoke to my practice trainer, Stacey, and she was like, I saw it, I felt it. Well, let's move you to one-to-one. She even says to me that some of the girls had come back and spoke to her. One girl had told her that some of the girls were talking about me outside of class. Sister Stacey, I already know. I hear their conversations. That's why I'm trying to explain to you that it would be better if I went one-to-one as opposed to being in a group with them, because it's their fear and their insecurities that are making them react in that way. You know, Kate keeps reaching out to me. She wants a relationship with me, and I won't respond to her because she's not ready to see the truth, and I am a mirror. I will reflect everything of you back at you. I'm a projector by human design. And people sometimes, when they're not ready to see themselves in their entirety, they want to throw it back. They don't want to see the bits in you, the bits that are getting them angry about you. They don't want to acknowledge the fact that those are the very same bits about themselves. But they don't want to acknowledge that. They want to just attack you. And because I'm so, not necessarily, well, yeah, you could say I'm used to being attacked, but because it's more than that. I have the awareness to know that's what it is, so I don't take it personal. And the less I take it personal, the more angry they become, because they're lashing out for a reaction. And I don't give them the reaction that they're looking for, because that's the complete opposite of what you should be looking for. Does that make sense? So why am I going to give you the thing that you want when the thing that you want is not good for you? And I know it's not good for you. I would have to be a fucked up person to give you something knowing that it wasn't good for you. What fuckery with that? But you look at me as being a fucked up person because I'm not giving you what you think you want. You don't know what the fuck it is you want. You're too ignorant. You're too standing in your way. You're too blocking the reality. You're too in the 3D. Your pussy's still ruling you. You do not understand. And because you do not understand, you behave badly. You behave badly towards me. But because I do understand, I cannot act badly back towards you. Because then that would be my mistake. Because I know, that's why they say, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. I know that you do not know what you are doing when you're doing what you're doing. Because if you did know what you were doing, you obviously wouldn't do it, because you know that the consequences are all yours. Everything that you throw out is on its way back to you, motherfucker. Don't you get it? There's nothing coming towards me as long as I don't stand there making myself an energetic match to your bullshit. You get what I'm saying? Then your bullshit can't hit me. It just boomerangs off and just gets sent back. And you people think I'm throwing shit at them because it's coming back and licking them. No, moron. It's coming back and licking you because it's your energy. It's return to sender. Not because even I said return to sender, but because that's the law of the universe. What you put out is what you get back. What you sow is what you reap. That's just law. That's just universal law. That's just divine law. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing has it got to do with my doing. I don't think about you. When I'm going about my day and doing my thing, I don't think about you. The only time you come into my mind is if I'm trying to heal something. Yeah? If I'm trying to heal something, then I call upon the person or the memories that I'm getting when that situation healed, and I can link it and think, oh, okay, then boom, that was to do with that, because there's still a human element of me that is going through a journey, and I can't alchemize, I can't ascend, I can't descend from an ascension place, you know. I'm here to descend. My angel self, my celestial self is here to descend, and the only way she can descend is through my 3D physical body. Because this is like the lowest, I won't say it's the lowest of the lowest planes, but it's a fucking significant low plane. So to be on this plane, you have to descend in order to be able to stand and ground oneself on this plane, you know. So anyway, I don't want to kind of go off subject, but they're saying that I'm not going off subject, but I realize I'm not sure if I'm actually explaining myself in its entirety or if I'm just talking conversational. Do you know what I mean? And I guess what I'm saying is, our body on a 3D level, yeah, is vibrating at one frequency. But our astral projection body, is vibrating at a 4D level. And then you've got our spirit us vibrating on a 5D level. Now your spirit you cannot come down to the 3D because we're vibrating at different levels. But if you learn to raise your 3D vibration to a high enough vibration, then the 5D can actually come in through the 3D and operate in the 3D as a 5D entity having a 3D experience. And you might say that's what we're all doing anyway. Yeah, we are. But a lot of us are doing it while we're still sleeping. I'm talking about doing it when your 3D body is online and your 5D body is online, and they're both aware of each other and they're working together. It's not that one is the conscious mind and one is the subconscious mind, and the conscious mind doesn't have a fucking clue what the subconscious mind is doing. That time the subconscious mind is actually running 90% of the show. One has to understand that this 10% is not the 90%. This 10% is in fact the 10%. When they say you're using 10% of your brain, you really do have to put that inside of you and lock that in. Okay then, so I'm using 10% of my brain, so this is 10% of myself. So what the fuck is the other 90% up to? because they're up to shit. They're what's running things. You think you're the boss in a narcissistic way. You think that you're the outward facing you. You think they're the boss. They're not the boss, mate. Far from the boss, man. Foot soldier at best. And it's hard to accept that if the ego stands in the way, because the ego wants to be the I am. But the ego is not the I am. The back self is the I am. The real I am is your subconscious self. So then how can you come into a contract agreement with your subconscious self being your conscious self and saying, can we work together, please? Can we work together, please? Because it's clear that you run things and I don't. So rather than me being left out of everything, can we come together and me kind of prove, earn the right, gain the respect to be able to come in the circle and really be able to sit down with my subconscious self and be privy to certain things that are actually going on, the reality of what's going on, not this 10% matrix, sitting on a cruise ship thinking that I own the world. Nah. You know what I mean? A man can feel like a king on a cruise ship. He's got everything around him. He's surrounded by riches, wealth, women, jewelry, alcohol, liquor. He never has to look out the window and realise he's just a small boat on a big sea in a big world. Do you know what I mean? You don't want to be the guy that's sitting on a cruise ship thinking this is it, but this is what the 10% is. The 10% is sitting in a cruise ship thinking this is it, when actually you've got the sea underneath. The water that the boat is on is a whole dimension. The earth that the boat is sailing through, as in the atmosphere of the 3D, is a whole new dimension. The land that the boat ain't even docked on yet is a whole nother world. And then you've got the star constellation in the galaxy. Look at the 90% around the man on the cruise ship. That's this. You have to lock in and know that your man, this outward facing you, is a man or a woman on a cruise ship thinking she's got life covered. So far from. What happened to me is in 2023, I was lying on the floor downstairs in front of the fire with the TV on in the living room, and I was sleeping, and then obviously I started to wake from whatever I was doing while I was in the 4D dimension, because that's where I believe that the sleep world is and the astral world. So anyway, as I was waking up, I heard, shh, shh, be quiet, she's waking up. I heard that in my own head, and it sounded like me telling, if I'm saying shush, I'm not alone. Or the subconsciousness that was talking is not alone, because you wouldn't tell yourself shush. So that clearly indicates it's a plural situation, there's more than one. Shush, shush, shh, shh, she's waking up. Do you get what I'm saying? Shh, shh, be quiet, she's waking up. And as I heard that waking up, I was frozen. I was frozen in my conscious mind that I had thought was just complete black around me. Obviously not black as in no imagination, but just as in me understanding that I am a singleton in this consciousness. Yeah? And I often ponder and wonder to myself when I'm thinking to myself. Yeah, I'm trying to say that's how it's been. I wonder and ponder and I think to myself, or so I thought. I thought I was sitting, pondering, thinking to myself, until I realized self is not alone at all. There are other selves within selves that are talking, liaising, collaborating together without me. And that really stopped me in my tracks at the time. I thought, what the fuck? I'm an imposter in my own head. I'm an outsider in my own head. How can I be an outsider in my own head? How can there be people, entities, selves, personalities within my head holding conversations that I'm not privy to? And I'm the captain of this ship. I was wondering and pondering for days. Before I felt so uncomfortable. I felt like I needed to put on clothes in my own room. You know, that's how I felt in my body. Generally, I felt very uncomfortable. I felt like, not just in my mental body, but in my physical body, the whole of me felt very uncomfortable. And don't get me wrong, I was aware of other personalities within self. From about 2021, 2022, I came into realization that there were 5 other selves within me: my inner child, divine masculine, divine feminine, empress, and high priestess that I was coming into. So I was definitely conscious of the 4 selves, realizing that I was coming into a 5th self. So I already knew that. But those selves were part of my selves. We fought and we think together. So instead of me being in the center of myself, pondering with thyself, I would now ponder with those different elements of myself. Well, what do you think, inner child? Well, I would say obviously Asherah. And Asherah would give her opinion on what she felt about that matter. And I'd say, what about you, Sasha? My masculine, my divine masculine. And Sasha would say, well, this is how I feel about the situation. Because they'd each be taking it from their own experiences, their lived experiences. So they would be saying how they felt based on something that they had experienced before. So therefore, when they were given their reasons for feeling that way, we could all sit there and say, no, that's a fair enough reason. That is, we get that. Because we know your story too. You know what I'm saying? We've been Ashtray. Then we've been Sasha. When Sasha became Sasha, she knew about Ashtray's stories because her stories were built off them like branches. Do you understand me? All our stories are connected through branches. So we're able to go through these neurons, these branches in our brain, and remember and connect to our different experiences to know when we're talking from the heart or when we're talking bullshit. And that's why nobody talks bullshit, because we all know. Because if we talk bullshit, we're checkier. You know what I'm saying? We're saying, nah, we felt it. And what did we feel? We learned that emotions happen in our body and they follow the four elements of fire, water, wind and air. And depending on how it feels, sometimes you can think of a trauma and you get a wind whoosh through your belly going whoosh, and it feels like wind. And I'll mark that with an air sign if I'm writing it down in a journal. You get what I'm trying to say? And then there'll be another feeling where and I'll get a sharp pain here. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like a stabbing pain or whatever. Or a dense pain. And I'll mark that as earth because it felt dense. Do you get what I'm saying? It felt dense. Whereas fire feels kind of sharp, peppery. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you know it's different. And water is more of an emotion. It makes your body want to move around. You can kind of feel it more. It's like more energetically moving like this. So you can do all these shapes that represent water. You can do these shapes that represent fire. You can do these shapes that represent air. You know what I'm saying? And it helps, for me anyway, it helped me start to regulate my emotional body, my nervous system, my physical body, and my mental body. Because one thing that I learned when I was studying mental health as a degree is that mental health affects our physical body. It's linked to biology. So somebody can be in a state of panic and be going for a panic attack and their body will just start sweating, or their breathing will change, their heartbeat will go up, their muscles will start spasming. All different things can happen just through a mental thought. Our mental thoughts are so powerful. They have the power to trigger us, not just emotionally, not just our nervous system, but our actual physical organs and cells, to panic them, to put ourselves in a state of panic. You know, where everything is in a state of panic, like they're being electrocuted. And that's what your nervous system can feel like sometimes, especially with trauma. It feels like you're being electrocuted. You hear the sound of your dad's voice. You can't even fucking move. So you have to recognize how these things work in your body. And I learned, my ancestors taught me, it was like learning to play a musical instrument and understanding the notes. But not just the notes in how you press down your fingers and play them, but how the notes sound in your eardrum. Does that make sense? So straight away you can know if your finger is in the right place or the wrong place. You can wiggle that finger backwards and forward, and not just get a vibration from the finger, that hand that's moving on that note on a violin, say. But you're also getting that vibration from the actual music, the note itself vibrating too. So you're getting hit on different bodies. You're getting hit on different, you know, they say that you've got these 7 layers of bodies outside of your body. you know, from your base chakra right the way up to your ether self, your celestial self, your emotional self. It's all of these energy frequencies that you're having to harmonize at the same time, because when they say that you need to get your chakras in alignment, it's not just the energy points in your body that you need to focus on. It's the whole sphere around you that needs to be in alignment, and know how to coordinate within each other, and what colors can mix and what can't mix, even though everything can mix as long as you get the vibrations right. It's like when a Disney cartoon or whatever it came out at the cinemas called Fire and Water or something like that, and you would think that fire and water don't mix in it, because you know, fire and water. But in the show, yeah, that fire and water do mix if they harmonize together, and they was able to be in a relationship together and live together. Do you know what I mean? As fire and water. And it just goes to show, yeah, that's me right now. My masculine, this side my masculine, this side for my feminine, are living like water and fire, dancing around inside, living in harmony. There's no more fighting, there's no more arguing, there's no more one trying to put the other one out, or one having to dominate the other, or one having to come in when the other one couldn't, or whatever the reason. It's just really nice now. It is a dance. You know, it is a dance and it is an awareness. But anyway, I want to put on this thing. It's a little bit, perhaps, not negative, but it's probably a little bit more down in energy than the conversation I was just having. But there's a reason for it, because the other day they were saying that I need to release certain traumas that are still blocked in my nervous system based on some of these earthly patterns that I've experienced. Yeah, these earthly traumas. And I really, 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 really want to free the earthly me to the levels above and beyond. Do you know what I mean? Above and beyond. I want to be able to fly. And I can't fly with all this dense energy, so I know that it has to be released. One way or another, it has to be released. And it's like they're pushing me to release it as soon as possible. And why we've still got this full moon energy. So I'm going to take this opportunity to put on this video and just allow myself to just be whatever it may be. And I'm going to sometimes probably face it on the gentleman called Jamie. He's called Jamie the Hermetic Shaman, which is so interesting because obviously I am a bloodline shaman. So I'm already a natural shaman. I'm going for my level 2 practitioner shaman qualification, because in order to study shamanism in the UK, you do need to have a practitioner's qualification. And that's fine, because I'm understanding that I'm learning a lot of the basics, whereas my because it's who I am, and it's who I am on a soul level, and it's who I am and have been in past lifetimes, I know the levels of information. My shamanic teacher will say to me, like, she can learn from me, or there's levels that we're on, or what I've gone through, she's gone through. So she's able to turn around and say, yeah, that's this, blah, 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 blah. Or you know what, that stopped for me now. I don't do that. Doesn't happen to me anymore. But so interested that it's happened to you because I've just had a download about something that's linked to me. So even when we're in a session, what will happen and dive in, this session, my God, it took nearly 40 minutes just for us to be able to talk properly. The connection wasn't going through. I literally had to use this phone, my other phone, and then my laptop. And then we had to go to WhatsApp back on one of my other phones. So we had to try 4 different methods in order for us to confiscate throughout the duration of the 2 hours that we were on the phone. The dogs were barking. The plumber turned up. That's just her side. Do you know what I mean? So there was so many distractions that we laughed about it. We laughed about it because we understood that our conversation was going into avenues and remits. Even then, my voice tone just changed. Our conversation was going into areas that we knew that certain energies didn't want that to happen, but we knew that we were going to come together at this time. Because I had contacted her 8 years ago, probably nearly 9 years ago, but well, when did I contact? 2018. Was it 2018? Around 2018, I think, into 2019. 18, 19. So 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 26 is 7 years. Well, not 26 years. 6 years. Why do I feel like it was earlier then? let me not get tied up on it. All right. I've known Stacey for light years, if that makes sense. So I'm going into light years back. When I've met her for the first time. I'm like, no, come back. No, wrap it up. It doesn't matter. It's not that deep. I said it the other day, I said something on one of my earlier videos. And I said, as far as the eye could see, and Spirit pulled me back and said, no, I changed that. Because as far as the horizon can see, I wanted to say that I could see all these planets that were carrying all my generational wealth on them. And I said, as far as the eye could see. And then the Spirit said, no, because if you go as far back as the eye could see, you're going to go an infinite amount of lifetimes ago. And we'll stretch out your eyes to that so you can see. So be careful when you say as far as the eye can see. Be a little bit more specific. So they were saying, say to the horizon. So I said to the horizon, as far as the eye could see to the horizon. You know what I'm saying? Because they were saying to be careful because, yeah. So I guess it's one of them ones. I don't know if I'm making sense, but that's how my world is. I swear to God. You know what I mean? The spirit, the ancestors of the Most High. I get to see so much and enjoy so much. And I think because it's always been the case, I probably take a lot of it for granted. And it might seem to a lot of people that know me that it's very weird hearing me talk like this because... And maybe it isn't because I know that sometimes Spirit has just come out my mouth and said certain things. So half the things I don't even remember on a 3D level. The 3D me that's having this earthly experience. The one that's sleeping, yeah? The sleeping me. Doesn't even remember half the stuff that the higher me says. You know what I mean? Like it's said and then I've moved on. But sometimes I do get to remember. And I do get to hold on to those things. So that when stories come back around again, I'm able to say, get it. Catch the pepper. I know what that's about. I remember when that got said. You understand where I'm coming from? Like, I've told people many things, prophesized over many people. You know what I mean? And some things have come true and some things have yet to come true. And look how long it was when I said what I said. But you can feel that the vibration is coming and you know that what I said was the truth. You know what I mean? And this is what my man's talking about, that I've said a lot of things to a lot of people and they thought that I was saying it in a bad-minded way. Like, I don't even understand where they're coming from. Even the other day I was thinking about it, because I was thinking about Sophia or Sophie, what's his name now, Spud's wife. Me and her was talking around the table one time. Her older son had just passed away and I said something. I don't even remember what it was I said. But she got so upset and then she never chatted to me again. And Spirit says, I says to Spirit, should I ask her what her problem is? And Spirit said, no, leave her. Her problem is her problem. And she will see what she needs to see in good time. You get what I'm trying to say? And even when we went Drayton Manor with the kids and Spud come with his son. And they said, you're all right. He said, all right, like to say there's no problem. Whatever my girl's got going on, it's not that big a deal. But at the same time, I still didn't really want to have too much of a hello with him because, I didn't want to say something to him that he would have fucking misinterpreted too. But there's never been a misinterpret. It's just people are never, ever ready for the truth as much as they go on like say they're ready for the truth. Most people do not want the truth. Most people don't want. Most people want you just to tell them that they look good in that. Yeah, man, you look good. They don't want you to tell them that style don't fit them. They don't want you to tell them that man ain't the right man for them, or that behavior, what she's going on with, is not the right behavior. They want you to nod your head and be a yes girl. But I'm not a yes girl. I struggle for them things there, man. How can I be a yes girl and I'm a righteous girl? I'm a righteous girl. You can't be a righteous girl and a yes girl at the same time. It's impossible. It's impossible. If you say to me, is that the right thing you're doing, and you're asking me for my opinion, then I am obliged to tell you the right thing. When my ex-husband's mom asks me what do I think of her, and I asked her, is she asking me to tell her what I think about her truthfully, and she said yes. I said, that's fine then. I think you're bad-minded. I think you're bad-minded and you're grudgeful. And you sit down and you pass, man. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I don't think you're a nice person at all. At all. What is the problem? Did you not ask me to tell you honestly what I thought? If you ask me seriously, what do you want to hear? What I've got to say? I'm going to tell you anyway. But I've just learned as I've got older from getting so many boxes in my mouth when I was a kid. I've learned to try and be diplomatic. People are like, be more diplomatic. What is diplomatic? Because diplomatic to me just seems like sweeten up the lies. I don't get it. What do you mean be more diplomatic? Did the man come to the meeting? Yes. Did the man say at the last meeting he was going to do A, B, and C? Yes. Did the man come to this meeting this time? Yes. Did he do A, B, C, D? No. So then what's the problem with telling him that he never did A, B, C, D? What is the problem giving the man a stripping down and making him know, do not turn up to my meeting and make promises and then don't keep them? What is the problem? If I come to a meeting and I don't hold up my end of the bargain, I'm going to give you my apologies and I'm going to take accountability should that ever be the case. What's the problem? Are we not big people around here? So why am I being told in my 20s that I need to take my time because the men on the board are in their 60s and I'm breaking balls around here? Breaking balls? No. I'm holding people to account. You're being held to account. You're sitting in a position and you've agreed to do something. You've had the minutes sent out weeks ago. You had an opportunity to put your hand up and say, no, actually, I won't be able to get that done by that date or whatever the reason is. And then it could be passed to somebody else in time for today's meeting, but you didn't do that. So there has to be a level of accountability, then there must. And I feel that way in life. I feel that in life we have to be accountable. We have to learn to take on accountability. We have to learn that accountability is righteous. Taking ownership and saying it was me I put is a good thing. It is a good thing. It is not a bad thing. It is a good thing. Taking ownership for oneself is a good thing. That's where the Almighty wants you. Taking ownership of yourself. Taking ownership that the things that have happened in your life have happened because you have implemented the same things in previous lives to somebody else, because what goes around comes around. Nothing that we experience in this lifetime is anything that we haven't already done. It wouldn't be fair otherwise. It wouldn't be fair. It wouldn't be balanced. It wouldn't be equilibrium. As much as we are light, we are dark. In order to experience happiness, we had to have experienced sadness. And in order to experience love, we had to have experienced hate. We wouldn't be able to experience it on its equal measure if we hadn't already experienced it on its equal measure. It's equal measure of opposite. Do you know what I mean? It's like the ascension, descension. If you want to go high, you got to go low. But just as much as you go low, you also have the ability to go high. You know what I'm saying? Some people think that prostitutes didn't deserve to be saved by the Almighty, but why not? When they'd already taken their descension, they'd already descended. That in order to descend, they must have knew what an ascension was. So they've descended in order for them to ascend back again. You know what I'm saying? Whereas those of us or whoever that are sitting on ascension side, you can sit on ascension side all you want. At some point you're gonna have to descend. At some point you're gonna fall from grace. At some point you're gonna have to go that way. Do you understand me? In order to be able to shoot back up this way. So interesting. Just depends how you look at it. Anyway, let's say something sweet, you know. We're gonna put this video. This guy's a shaman. As I said, I was with my shaman practitioner teacher this week on Thursday, and we had a really good session together. Probably my best session yet. But like I said, I also need to get rid of some trauma. So I feel like this video is gonna bring up some pasa, and I'm gonna work through it.
To my website is also down below.
Let's see his website.
If this message supports you in any way, please hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe and follow. And
so it's called Realizing Now You Are Telling the Truth, and their own ignorance and ego got in the way of the warning.
Of somebody who... Okay. This is somebody here who's now waking up and realizing that what you had told them was the truth all along. This person thought that you were lying to them in order to talk them out of something that they wanted, or a decision or a choice that they made, and they felt like you were doing this out of spite.
Right. I feel like because I feel like I could talk out the whole of that. I didn't know it was gonna be so caramelly when I bit into it. I beg your pardon. I'm taking accountability. But I did want to say something here. And what I want to say is that I count 6 triggers. Yeah. Number 1, my ex-husband. Such man. Number 2, Axel, the high priest. Number 3, Jason, childhood friend from school. Number 3, Wakar, Pakistani guy, yellow man. Number 5, Eric, married man. And then number 6, Prince of England. What would I call him? I'll come back to that. I feel like I've called him something in the past, but I can't remember. What these 6 lessons, yeah, that I've been involved in. So such man, my ex-husband, from 2005 to 2019. But realistically, the divorce didn't finalise until 2023. And then in between then and 2023, yeah, when my divorce finalised. Oh my God, did my divorce finalise in 2023 or 2024? 2023, my divorce finalised. So when my divorce finalised, so did all of those. So interesting. Yeah, because it's May 2023. This Prince one of me finished, 10th of May, and then November 23, my divorce finalised. Even though really, my man had sent for the divorce finalisation from July and not said nothing. Anyway, as I said, I've got some earthly levels of still letting go, and not in a romantic sense, but just in a trauma sense. You know, of understanding that what was done to me on a physical level, even though I understand that I've done it elsewhere already, but it still hurt. You know what I mean? It still hurt. And that hurt has been allowed to fester and dig deep into my nervous system, dig deep into my cells, dig deep into my muscles, my tissues, and into my blood. And I don't want to pass those emotions on through the bloodline. And I have the ability to heal that, to pull back on that energy, even from my descendants, my children. I can pull back on that energy. I can pull back on those remembrances. I can pull back on those pains and experiences and kiss them and let them know that they're okay and that they're special and there's nothing to worry about. Just kiss them, and by kissing them, I'm kissing me, you know, and help fixing my DNA back up, so that I know that for generations and generations and generations to come, that will not be a part of their bloodline. It would not be a part of their karma. It would, you know, because I'm clearing all debts. But in order to clear those debts, I have to put the work in. And putting the work in is that I have to face the debt. In order to clear it, I have to face the debt. So that to me, that's the real big all and end all of the healing process, is that you have to go in and you have to face the debt, and then kiss it up and love on it, because it's okay. Whatever happens, it really is okay, because you know what goes around comes around, innit? So when you look at it like that and you know that you've done it, if you're a man or a woman, you're gonna say, well, you know what, safe then. If I did that to you, then I deserved it done to me. That's the truth. If you're upstanding, that's where you are. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. If I've done something to you and caused you harm and injury, then you deserve compensation for that harm and injury. I agree. That's a righteous position to be in for any man or any woman. You know what I mean? It's like we hear about the Solomon story, and I'm not sure whether or not that it's connected, but Spirit wants me to mention it. The traditional story of King Solomon, where the two women come to him because two women give birth to a baby and one baby dies, and the woman who baby dies takes the other woman's baby and pretends that it's hers. So the two women are arguing, and they've gone to King Solomon to find a solution, because nobody can say whose baby belongs to who at that time. Don't know why. I'm sure they would have had blood methods to test if a child was theirs or not, but whatever. And King Solomon basically turned around and said he knows what he's gonna do. He's gonna get order for the child to be ripped into, so both women can have a part of the child. And just as that happens, one of the women fall to the ground and say no, she can have the baby. So King Solomon ends up giving that woman the baby, because he knew, because he was a wise and smart king. He knew that no mother of a child would stand there and let her baby be ripped into. She would rather sacrifice that child and give it away than for any harm to come to it. Do you know what I mean? It's understanding behaviours, I guess, having the knowledge to see what people would do in certain situations, identifying the lies and that. And I think before, perhaps I didn't want to see the lies. It wasn't that I didn't know they were there. I seen them. I seen the red flags. I just chose to ignore them. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm forgiving. I think that's the forgiveness, because that just created a really warm, in my stomach here, a really warm fire feeling, which makes me know that triggered me that did. What I just said triggered me. But it is true that I have to go through the healing of forgiveness, because I saw the issues, I saw the red flags, and I chose to ignore them. So I have to accept the parts that I played in this situation, just as much as what was done to me was done to me, even though it was done for me. But I still have to accept that I played a part in that, because I accepted things that I should never have accepted. I should have acknowledged what I saw. I should have called it out. I should have been brave enough to call it out, but I wasn't. Not all the time. Sometimes I was brave, sometimes I wasn't brave. But for every time I wasn't brave, I have to be brave now. So I have to stand up and I have to face it. And it's tough, but so be it. So let's go back. But I just wanted to say that all those guys, I had warned and told them certain things, especially about relationships and stuff that they were dealing with, because it is what it is, isn't it? The first one, Axel, I said to him straight up, who's the Draco upstairs? He was like, who? I said, who's the Draco upstairs? He said, you can feel her. I said, yeah. He said, that's my baby mother. I was like, ah. I said, ski. And I said, I've got one too. My ex-husband. Like, these people are demons. But I could see her upstairs hiding behind the door listening. But she's bent down. Like, what's she doing up there like that? Like, nah, you can feel it. I said, yeah. It was when his daughter came downstairs. She came running down the stairs, not expecting me to be there. And when she looked up and seen me, she just rolled back, stopped in her tracks as she was running, and just looked at me. She looked at me like I was a fucking star or something. Like I was whatever she was seeing. But I could see me through her eyes, but not see me, because at the time I was thinking, what the hell? I can see that she's looking at me, and I'm thinking, why is she looking at me like that? But the earthly me was just like, why is she looking at me like that? Do you know what I mean? Like, I couldn't connect the dots. I do now today. You know what I mean? I do now today. And I do now understand why everybody looked at me like that. You know, I get it now. I see and I know what you know and see. But I just couldn't see it for myself. I was blinded. Had the veil over my eyes, man, for a long time. And that's what I was saying to my sisters inside, my subconsciousness. I don't want the veil anymore. I wanna see beyond the veil. I'm ready. I had to prove myself to be ready by doing challenges and missions for the Almighty, for my ancestors, to prove and prove again that this physical body believes that I am not afraid. I can walk through the valley of the shadow of death in this physical body and not be afraid and walk like a fucking warrior. Kick it blood clot down. Do you know what I mean? Chat my blood clot truth without a word, because I know, say, the Almighty, the right hand of the blood clot Almighty. Are you kidding me? Any pussy dead test, dead man. Any pussy dead test. Any pussy test, dead blood. You know what I'm saying? Without me even having to go on, it's the Matrix thing now. You know, when Neo is just, he's not running from bullets no more. He's not running from bullets no more, man. I don't run from bullets, man. Send your bullets, man. Charge up your blood clot. Do your thing. I'm not even moving. I'm not even trying to do the Matrix. You get what I'm trying to say? And everybody knows I'm bad enough fuck at the Matrix. I ain't even trying to do the Matrix. I'm just standing still, blood. All bullets down. All bullets down. It's not that time anymore, man. It's a new day, man.
But in all actuality, I feel like you were just giving a warning. Somebody is waking up to the fact that you were right the whole time. So this is somebody here who was actively working against you in some kind of way. It's like they're waking up like, oh shit, you were never the enemy in the first place. You were actually a warning sign that I ignored, and somebody is realizing that they let their own ego get in the way of receiving the warning. We are going to use the tarot dice. Things might get a little loud for a hot minute. If you are sensitive to sound, I do recommend lowering the volume. Universe and Divine Council. What is going on in collective energy, and what is it that collective needs to know at this time? We have the Five of Swords. This is somebody here who is trying to win at all costs. They don't care who they hurt. They say what they have to say, do what they need to do. This is somebody here who wants to This is somebody here who does what they need to do in order for the enemy to give up. It's like they want the enemy to call quits. This is somebody here that takes pleasure in having others surrender.
Never.
Or submit.
Never.
Or quit.
Never.
We have the Knight of Pentacles sideways. This is a plan that is being rushed. Somebody here did not think something through. Of course not. They were trying to win at all costs. They felt like they had a point to prove. They needed to be right. They needed the victory. So they put some kind of plan into motion. They rushed it. They didn't think it through. They didn't check all of the boxes. You know, they didn't follow all of the steps. Something here was done improper. The Page of Wands here reversed. That's recklessness. Somebody here acted recklessly because of the way that they received some kind of news, because pages are messengers. We do have the Two of Swords here. Somebody is realizing that they kept themselves blinded to the truth that was right in front of them the whole time. This could be somebody here now who might even need your help and assistance And maybe that's why the universe sent you to give them that warning, or however this went down. It's like you gave them a warning. The way that it seems like, it's like somebody here was happy that in their mind, when you let go of something, they felt like they had won and that they had defeated you. But in your mind, you were like, listen, if you want it that bad, have it. I can go get me some more elsewhere, right? Whether this is somebody here that, like an ex's new partner, like when maybe your ex left you for somebody else, like.
I'll hear that now. So when I left my ex-husband, he weren't looking to leave the house, innit? He weren't looking to move out or nothing like that. Yeah, he'd made that quite clear. So the Almighty was like, listen, don't worry, we're gonna sort something out. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So they told me that I needed to sit put in the house for so basically from 2019 to 2021, I needed to sit put and go and just breathe through his bullshit. Do you know how hard it is to breathe through some dickhead's bullshit? The Almighty was just like, just breathe through his bullshit. He's going on away, we're in court, blah, 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 blah. The kids are in the house. You can just imagine how awful it is. Yeah? Anyway, I moved out in February. And I just took the basics with me. Do you get what I'm trying to say? The things that I had recently bought for my room, the kids' bunk bed that I just bought. And I tried to bring the wardrobe that I just bought, but it wasn't packing down right. So I just thought, you know what, let me leave it and I'll buy new. Yeah, I'm saying I didn't even know where I'd go on just yet, but I just knew that the Almighty had me. And I just stepped out, brother. When I stepped out, I managed to rent myself 2 4-bedroom houses. One that I was renting for supported living. I was going to do a little business with my sons. And then the one that I was living in the Four Oaks estate, which is a really, really nice estate. It's a much nicer estate than what we moved from. His words, not mine. Prestige. I think he said it was in the court papers. But the Almighty just said, listen, we're not going to let you down. They moved me into a 4-bedroom, beautiful house in Four Oaks. And, you know, it was just beautiful. And I done a lot of healing there. The kids did a lot of healing there. And the number was number 11, Clarence Gardens. And I swear it was like the Garden of Eden. Animals, birds, every day. Lie on the grass, in the sun. Oh, it was just lovely. For 3 years we were there for. Before the Almighty said we had to move again. And we moved here, which is a house that I owned for like 20 years. You know, but was renting out while I was with my ex-husband and that. But no, everything has worked out really beautifully. So let me carry on playing it.
Whatever this is, somebody felt like you were in like competition with them and was trying to get them back. When in all actuality, I feel like you gave them a warning, like, listen, be careful. This was my experience.
I'm just telling you what I've seen.
Somebody here is waking up to the fact that they are stuck in a situation.
Can't get my help though. This is a pre-video notice. Please do not call me. Don't 079 me, 079 me, 079 me.
Ignorance got them stuck in something, and they're realizing that you were the one that was never the problem. It's the one that you tried to warn them about.
All of them had a side chick, and I tried to warn them. My ex-husband I warned. I said, nah, I've been told, you know, and I know it for myself. You're fucking a gal and she's a succubus. She don't even want you, blood. It's me she fucking wants. Yeah? She's just sucking you off for your energy. Blah, blah, blah. I told him this 2019. He don't want to listen. Anyway, don't listen. Then you got the high priest. He's with my girl in it, the Draco. But I'm telling him what I go on with the Draco. The Draco's banging his bridge. Like, there's so much to be seen and there's so much I do see. So I told him about my girl, but what? He still went and did what he did. That's cool. Then Jason, I told Jason about the girl. Show. Yeah? Don't want to listen. As far as he's concerned, he's had a dream that the picnic is his. I was just like, you know what? I'm not even going to tell you what Spirit says to tell you. Because at this point, there is no point. that I'm happy for you. I'm really happy for you. So you crack on. Yeah. Anyway, then you got Wakar. He's got some little thing that he's got from the strip club. But it's not just one. It's not just one of them. Do you know what I'm saying? Man's getting books left, right, and centre, but he knows it. And it is what it is. But anyway, like I said, man, you're always destined to end up where you ended up. So it is what it is. And then this last one, I told him he was in his house painting, and I said, listen, yeah, you know what Spirit just told me? Spirit told me that you're a man that love crutches. But let me tell you something, yeah. You see the day when you choose that crutches and you see me heading off and I'm waving, don't bother go on with no bad-mindedness, you know. When I'm saying, yeah, see you later. You make sure that you hold it like a man, because if nothing else, we've had this conversation today. You've been pre-warned today. So if you go and do it, you can't cry about doing it, because I've already had this conversation with you, if nothing else. Do you understand me? And he went off and he still right, he did it. And the minute he did it, I knew that he did it. I knew that he slept with the girl. He phoned me up and said, nah, you fucked her. I don't have to answer that. I said, you dickhead, do you not know that by not answering is answering? I said, come off my phone here. When you're ready to have a proper big man conversation, you let me blood clot know. I put my phone down. I ignored him for a couple of days because he thought he was ready, but he wasn't. And then when he finally did, I did let him on the phone. And I've literally written it all down verbatim, because I got a book on every single one of them. I'm not playing. I know that you're all been sent in. I know that you're warlocks. I know that you're blood clot demons. What the fuck did you think this was? What the fuck did you think this was? Playtime? Even when they're saying to me, I know you're writing this down. I know you're writing this down. I'm writing every bloody blood clot thing down. Just like Metatron. You understand me? I'm scrolling and scripting and scribing this bitch. Everything verbatim. Everything that you guys did. Everything that you said. Everything I said. Everything I did. It's written. It's written and recorded. In multiple styles of media. Yeah, whether that be text, whether that be voice notes, whether that be videos, whether that be photos, whether that be emails. You get what I'm trying to say? Whatever. Whether that be writing notes. Everything. Everything. I've been meticulous. I've been meticulous on this journey, recording everything. So niggas can't turn around and say, nah, I never said that. And bitches can't turn around and say, it never went like that, because I fucking recorded it. I fucking recorded it.
Person was like, my ride or die. It feels like this is somebody else. Like somebody here was finally happy that they were able to separate you from somebody that they wanted all to themselves.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even have to be
But you can have
romantically.
them. Because I never
we have
wanted
the
them.
Fool here reversed. This is somebody here who allowed their own fear to hold them back. This is somebody that was too afraid to take a leap of faith. We have the Six of Cups reversed. Something here about the past not adding up. Somebody here thought they knew it all. With that Fool reverse, because that's also somebody being very foolish, acting like, I know it all. I don't need to learn anymore. I know all that there is to know.
I'm God.
Somebody is realizing that they were just trying to prove a point more to themselves. Maybe deep, that's what it is with that Two of Swords. Because the truth is always there. It's deep down inside. You know the truth.
I knew the truth.
But again, they were blinded by their own ignorance.
They just didn't like the fact that I knew the truth. They thought they should know
because
the truth.
They
I don't
wanted
even
something
know.
To be so true, so bad.
Stupidness.
This Five of Swords can even talk about somebody here who's being a bit like delusional and irrational.
The Lulu.
This is somebody here whose recollection of the past
is skewed.
Was very foggy. They saw what they wanted to see.
Yeah. You only see what your eyes want to see. You're broken.
1, 2, 3,
when
4, 5, 6,
you're
7, 8,
hiding.
We have the Nine of Pentacles here. It's sideways. There might have been a little bit of greed, a little bit of codependency.
A lot of codependency, not a little
For
bit.
some reason, that's giving me, it's giving me like devil vibes.
Oh my God.
With that Nine of Pentacles sideways, like there was a little bit of dependency, there was a little bit of temptation here.
Devil vibes is
and that's maybe that was part of the lie. That you were like, listen, you're being sold a dream.
Yeah, by the devil.
It's not all that it's cracked up to be.
What glitter is not gold.
And this could even be somebody here who was trying to take some... If this is like a person... Either way, somebody is realizing that something was all about somebody else's ego. And they let their own ego get in the way. And that's exactly what the other person wanted.
Yeah. Set up, man.
We have the Eight of Pentacles here reversed.
Imagine I'm the one trying to help them, and they think I'm the one fighting against them.
Somebody here wants to call it quits, but the Nine of Wands here reversed.
So my fucking it. But that's how the game's set up.
Somebody here is not.
That's how the game's set up.
That's what you warned them.
That's why you have to get your discernment up, man.
Committal. Somebody here was non-committal with that Eight of Pentacles reversed. That they weren't going to follow through.
No.
That they weren't going to
worship you, deal with
they weren't
you.
Going to meet the job.
Do what you think they're going to do.
I want to word it. It's like they weren't going to meet
the PhD level.
You know, you're going for the job. Like this is like somebody here who's like, listen, they're not up for the job. This is somebody here who has no experience.
He used to say, Prince, yeah, because with Prince,
in whatever it is that they're...
yeah, his name's Malik, yeah, or Ras, yeah, but with him, he brought paperwork to me and we sorted it out. And when I say we sorted it out, meaning he says to me, I'm going to give you 11 words. He gave me 11 words. I did some background research, came back, it was like, all right, then I'll share some other stuff with you. This is the same nigga that for 2-3 weeks, I was just screaming at down the phone. You get what I'm saying? Telling him to fuck off. Stop phoning my phone. My ancestors have already said, do you get what I'm trying to say? Your ancestors have already said your way. Because you haven't done the work. You get what I'm saying? But then he brought something in. And he hadn't done the work on it. He hadn't done the work on it. But the mission was for him to get me to do the work on it. You get what I'm saying? And my mission was for me to do the work on it. Do you understand me? So there was an alignment in the missions. Yeah, because it had a benefit to me and my ancestors and my story and who I am in my own sovereignty. So it was almost like by doing the work, even though it was his work, really, and he had done it to a certain degree, but not to another degree, obviously. But by me doing the work and coming in and taking on that level of responsibility, even though there were elements of it that felt like trauma to me, especially at the end, because it felt like I was reliving life with my ex-husband who had me fucking doing everything too. You know what I mean? And I was like going into a panic attack, like recognizing, nah, I've made the same mistake. Hang on a minute. But then having to realize or come to the understanding that, no, I haven't made a mistake. I'm here deliberately in the same mistake for me to wake up in the mistake to start to change it. Does that make sense? So there wasn't a mistake me taking on the workload, because the workload helped me understand certain things and it helped me progress and it helped me to ascend in so many different ways from a 3D, 4D and 5D level. It was good. I did all my papers. I did my blue papers. I sent them off to the Pope at the Vatican. I sent them to the Prime Minister. I sent them to the Secretary of State. I sent them to the council houses. I sent them to the courts. All these places where these documents needed to be sent every so many days for so many weeks. Yeah, until it finalized on the last thing. Different codes, new birth certificates, all those things. Taking my friction character of who they said I was through taking control over my birth certificate. I learned how to flip that around and now present something else. But I was learning and taking baby steps along the way. But had he not come in, I wouldn't have been ready at this particular time in my divorce proceedings to utilize the knowledge that taught me. It's like the two of them had to come up at the same time. Yeah. So this was court proceedings. And this was the knowledge that this fuck nigga number 6 had brought in. But I needed to know this information. So even though I'm going through court proceedings, I'm still having to learn this game over here. And they're both equally as heavy. They're both equally as paper dominant. Yeah, brain power dominant. But I'm still having to learn. So I'm like, oh my God, this is trauma. Why have I got all of this to do on top of this? You know, coming from a 3D level. But having to realize, no, they're one of the same. This and this together is the future. Sovereignty and justice is one of the same. You can't have one without the other. In order to go for justice, one must be in their sovereign power. One must be in their divine power. One must stand in their divine truth and call judgment in the spiritual realm, in the 4D realm, and in the 3D realm. You know what I'm saying? And one must learn how to adapt the skills in order to do that. So through me going through the court system and representing myself, and the Almighty letting me know that you can't have a Roman representing you, you have to go into court raw by yourself. And I have to declare things in writing. Like, you know, when they say that the pen is mighty, then the sword, it was a fight with the pen blood. It was a fight of the mentor, the 4D round we fought in. Yeah. The 3D round took a hit blood because my body, honestly, I'm losing weight blood because all I'm doing is writing and studying. I'm working through the day, I'm working into the night, I'm working into the day, I'm working into the night. I'm forgetting to eat. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because Spirit's just coming in, supporting, pushing information through me, helping me to comprehend the information, regurgitating it out, showing me what to write, blood clot, put that there, paste that there. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I'm having to learn to allow Spirit to come over my body, to be able to direct me in the way that I need to go so that I can get through it. You know what I mean? And that was then in the beginning. My mum, I said to my man, Spirit said, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to PhD it? So if I PhD, I learn on an earthly level everything I need to know, but it takes longer because it is research and it's getting different books out. It's, you know what I'm saying? Whereas do you want me to 5D? Spirit said, and they're just download the information, but I won't necessarily have the foundation of the information, but I have the information that I can interpret and move around. So my man, he was like 5D. So I did a 5D it, and then what it took him 6 years to understand took me 3 hours. And then after that, I did 3 hours with him, and I was like, nah, you're slowing me down, man. Do me a favor, you go in my room and lie down for a couple of hours and let me just sit with this for a bit. You get what I'm saying? And sit with Spirit. And I did, and I sat there for 3 hours. And Spirit, I downloaded. And then I woke him up and I was like, yeah, I'm ready now. So this, that, and the other, this is what I found. And he was like, yeah. I said, but this is what else I found on top of that. And also, did you know that the paper that you're using ain't the right paper? Because I found, you know, Spirit showed me a bit here that actually that's supposed to be on pink paper, not blue paper. Did you do yours on blue paper? He said, I did it on blue paper. I said, nah. So in the end, he was like, you know what? Let's just redo it. I'll redo mine and do it your way. And we'll just do the two applications same time together. And that's what we did. It took weeks. Yeah, I'm saying, to make sure. Then I found this site. This site did that. Then we was able to get our arcade numbers, birth certificate numbers. Then we realised that the dates are not even the right dates, that there's a whole different time system. Do you get what I'm saying? We're not even in the year 2025. We're in ADE5. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like all these number codes, like the dates are done in numbers and letters, you know what I'm saying? Even today's date, you gotta go on the site to get today's date to pull it in the codes that these documents require. It's a mad thing, bro. I couldn't even believe that this shit really existed. You get what I'm saying? On an earthly level, I was just like, what the fuck? But on a spiritual level, I was like, yeah, tap in. You know what I mean? And we got certain things done. So because I'm going into court with certain documents now, my name's got semicolons before it and all the rest of it. And it's not the same thing, but they want to deal with me like I'm the same thing because there's certain gaps in my knowledge, isn't there? Because I didn't PhD, I fucking done it through Spirit. So there was certain key foundation knowledge that I didn't have, and this is how the court still being able to wrap me up, still trying to treat me like I'm there as a fiction bloody character. Even the way they're writing my name, they're trying to write my name in my old name in capital letters like I'm fucking dead. No, I'm not here in no fucking corpses, whatever. I'm here in blood and fucking flesh. I'm here in blood and flesh. and I'm having to stick it down and pull it on them and make sure I try and get the word in, and spirit is doing this thing. Yo, 3D me ain't got a fucking clue. You know what I'm saying? But 5D me's on it, and 3D me just knows now that, because I've been working with the 5D me for a while now, and the subconscious me, they let me in, because I'm just like, nah, I know that you guys know what you're doing. Just tell me what to do and I'll do it. So I've got to be the brave one to step into court. I've got to be the brave one to step over the threshold with parchment paper under my shoe and just step in, knowing that I'm stepping with the right hand of blood clot God, and I'm in there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, Mosai, I know you got me. It's time to show up and show out, man. And know when the Almighty needs to come through, the Almighty's there in the courtroom, and the Almighty is putting it down, man. And I can believe and trust that when I open my mouth, the Almighty comes through. And I do my best. But I've got to take that step, because it's my physical body. The Almighty can only come true if I'm willing to take that first step. And that first step is the fucking greatest. That first step is the scariest. That first step is the biggest. That first step is the mightiest. But blood clot, I just keep stepping, man. I don't give a fuck. I keep stepping. I step and I go so, and I step and I go so, and I step and I go so, and now I just step. Do you know what I'm saying? Before I'll be like, you're gonna catch me, I don't know, I'm scared. Oh my God, did you say you're gonna catch me? I got a video that I did in this house in October 23, and I was like, Mosai, I don't give a shit now. I don't give a fucking shit. I'm letting go. I know I'm holding on by this finger, you know, like the tip of this finger. I know I'm holding on, but I'm ready to let go. But honestly, to let go of that tip of finger, you know how much that took? You know how much of a surrender, you know how much of an alchemization, you know how much of a leap towards freedom it took, towards peace. I surrender. Now I'm just suspended in the air. I got no control over nothing. My eyelash glue is still sticking. I got no control. I just gotta like allow the divine to take me where the divine wants to take me, and be okay with that. You know, be okay. It's okay. The divine don't mean you no harm. It's not gonna take you down no wrong road. It's not gonna lead you astray, man. Just chillax, man. Just chillax. All right, the Almighty's got you. All right, let's see what this is saying.
Selling you. Like, for example, if this is somebody who, you know, like, say this is like your ex's new partner. It's not like, I don't even know how I want to say that energy. It's like maybe you told him, like, hey, listen, you know, this was my experience with this individual. They're not boyfriend material, or they're going to do the exact same thing to you that they just did to me. Type of I don't know, it's giving something like that, and it doesn't even have to be romantic. It honestly even feels like maybe you try to warn a friend of somebody here that was not in their best interest, but you know, they took it the wrong way,
every day,
that you were out to get them, or that you wanted their person, or whatever, however.
My ex-husband in particular, and I'll probably reference him the most because of how many years this went on for. And I'd say to him, nah, a person has just started the school, because we both run schools and whatever, or somebody that is moving with, and I'll constantly be telling him, nah, listen here, such man. I get downloads, I get messages, you get what I'm trying to say, and I'm trying to share. What is the point of a wife if a wife isn't there to support you and to help you? So while my man's on one hand is chatting a dream, everything that comes out of his mouth is, it takes teamwork to make the dream work. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It takes teamwork to make the fucking dream work. Blah, 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 blah. But he's the only one not on the team. He's the only one not playing on the team, bud. Everybody's playing on the team. His team. But he ain't playing on nobody else's team. He's just about himself, man. He's in it to win it at all blood clot costs, and it's about himself. You know what I'm saying? And I'm constantly trying to tell him, nah, you're going down that road, but really you need to be going down this road. But he don't want to hear it. So in the end, my ancestors were just like, you know what, differently, yeah. Because after 10 years and all that kind of bullshit, it was like, nah, 10 years, no hair on my head. You get what I'm trying? Alopecia has killed me out how many times? 3 times I lost all my beautiful hair. Do you know what I'm saying? My pretty hair. And yeah, Or for this pussy that don't want to fucking listen. In the end, my ancestor was like, you know what, tell this pussy yeah, that, you know what, it's his barbecue and he can burn it his way. And then after about 1.5 years, 2 years of saying that to him, the ancestors were like, tell him it's his barbecue. Not only can he burn it his way, he's going to set himself on fucking fire too. And I kept telling him, you're going to set yourself on fire, blood. Because you got no ears. You got no ears, man. You think you know best. You think you know best. So if an idiot thinks they know best, leave an idiot to think they know best. All they're going to do is dig themselves in. And to the point where it was like, I can't follow you where you're going. This is enough now. Enough is enough. I've seen how far you are willing to take your ego. And there are no limits. So guess what? Let me jump ship, because the divine man that I've been waiting for to pop out of you ain't never coming out, man. And that's the biggest, hardest thing I ever had to accept. Is that all the potential that I'd been sitting down waiting to come out of this blood clot, I had to just accept and admit that this ain't gonna come out of him. Whatever, a potential is nothing without action. It doesn't matter how much potential you see in somebody, it's nothing without action. You might as well just fucking forget it. You know what, this is the 3rd time now I felt like a dessert, and I'm not even a dessert person, you know, but they was talking to us today and they were saying, you know what, treat yourself, because I've been doing so good. So the ancestors are like, you need to treat yourself. What would you like? What would you like? And I thought cake, and I thought, well, I'm not a cake person, so that can't be my fault. That must be my daughter's fault, because she loves a dessert. Look at that. Confirmation that, you know, maybe I should. But what dessert would I have? I'm not even a pudding person. I do like apple pie. Do I like apple pie? Probably apple crumble. Well, I don't even know if I like apple crumble. The go-to desserts for me are panna cotta. I love a panna cotta. I love a creme brulee. They're my top 2. And then after that, I don't mind. Well, I won't say I don't mind. I used to always have a chocolate cake and ice cream with my ex-husband. You get what I'm saying? But I wouldn't say I'm necessarily head over heels for it. I do like a bit of a strawberry cheesecake. And I do sometimes like $1 million cheesecake too, but not all the time. Not all the time. Now and again, I like a little sweet to pick me up, but I wouldn't go to a dessert shop and just sit down there and order dessert and sit down and eat. That's not my thing. Even when I take the kids to the dessert shop, I let them get what they get, and I don't get nothing. Probably get a coffee. And I only started drinking coffee in 2021 when Spirit was like, we need you to start drinking coffee now. I was like, I don't drink coffee, but they put me on lattes and I can do a latte, especially a caramel latte. Anyway, we're getting off subject. Let's go.
That played out, or a family member. I don't know, you warned someone about someone and they felt like you were coming for them. When in all actuality, I feel like you were just looking out for them. And somebody here put into motion some kind of reckless plan because they were trying to prove you wrong this whole time.
I just fell down your own trap.
But deep down inside, they knew the truth. But they were blinded by their own ignorance because they desperately wanted something, because they needed it with this 9 of Pentacles sideways. They needed this.
What, the win?
Something here became toxic. It became a little codependent. They needed something, and it was okay to allow their ignorance to blind them.
When is it ever okay to let your ignorance? You can't afford to have your ignorance blind you. That's where you get fucked. You got to be able to see things for what they are and be okay with what they are. You know, a lot of us are not okay with seeing things for what they actually are. It's quite scary to see things as they are. Even with me and my kids, sometimes, not sometimes, I've had to just see that, nah man, my kids are ungrateful. It's really horrible to think that your children are ungrateful after all this time. No, they're ungrateful.
Wow, as I pick up this deck, the devil.
The devil?
Universe, please tell us more. The Wheel of Fortune. There is a destined change that is occurring here. The wheel is spinning in your favor. Luck is turning on your side. Universe, please tell us more for the collective. This person could be wanting to come in and reach out to you, Knight of Cups, maybe to apologize. But I feel like you've already moved on with this Six of Swords.
That's what I'm saying, it's too late.
Yeah, you moved on from that conflict. You were like, whatever. People will see it in their own due time.
Yeah. It will catch up in due course, man. Burn your barbecue. Burn it.
Universe, tell us more, please. Excuse me. King of Swords reversed. Temperance reversed. The Nine of Swords in the Tower. Somebody here is feeling extremely guilty here now because something here cannot be reconciled, and something here that... So, maybe that's what this oh shit moment is, about them realizing that you were right this whole time. Because now you're gone. Now you're long gone. You're no longer in this situation. And somebody's lies are now crumbling down here with this Tower reversed. Whatever they've built is crumbling down. The universe is making sure that some kind of lie is being exposed here. And that's whoever this King of Swords in the reverse is. I have strong Aries, Scorpio, Libra, Taurus energy here. Sagittarius as well. Somebody here is now feeling guilty because now they ruined something here with you. Because they know the plans that they made, but they were not thinking clearly. It's like somebody here was willing to burn a bridge. And it feels like it was a very beautiful bridge. Like, say this was like a really close friend of yours, or a family member that you were really close to, or, I don't know, someone that you were in business with for a long time, and you guys been through a lot together. It was like, wow, you're really going to burn a bridge?
Yeah.
For this? It's like somebody...
I says to Prince, I said, are you serious? Are you really going to do what you're doing? Do you get what I'm trying to say? He said he's going towards his happiness. I'm like, what? These motherfuckers are dumb as fuck. That bitch is a karmic. Like, the amount of past lives that this bitch has prevented him from accessing. Like, when I got the car shit records on it and seen what I go on for my man, I thought, you idiot, man. You idiot. When you find out and you realise just what you've given up, it's not got nothing to do with me, you know. Because I'm not their prize. These mans are not on my level. I'm not their prize, you know. I'm not trying to hold on to them in any shape or form because they're my man. No, that's not what it's about. This is about bigger things. This is about 5D shit. I know that this man, the Almighty, has sent me in on a mission to wake up this fucker because he's at the last step of the door. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, Judgment Day is here, rude boy. Wake up. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And I've done a and you still don't want to wake up. You want to turn around and say, now I want to carry on sleeping. I'm happy in my illusion. I said, are you sure? Are you absolutely sure? Yeah, I'm happy in my illusion. You know that you can't get into heaven. You know that you're not going to be sitting down with the Almighty, innit? You know that, innit? Like, this is it. They're telling me, yeah, that they're fine with that because in their head they believe some other bullshit, that some other fucking karmic bullshit fucking whore who's stealing my sex energy through fucking them in the first place, trying to act like she's me and then some. That's why she's got these niggas tripped, because I act dark too, innit? Like, she's out there acting all love and light or whatever they perceive to be love and light. Whereas I'm in complete control and I have mastery over my light side and my dark side. So I'll jump between the two. I'll tell a man about his blood clot at the same way I'm referring to the Almighty, because me using blood clot or going on a particular way doesn't take away from the fact that I am who the fuck I am. Because I am who I am, I can be who I am. Do you get it? I don't have to pretend and try and be one thing. I'm okay with being all things because I am who I am. I don't need to prove it. I don't need to butter it up. I don't need to shape it or frame it in any fucking way other than what it is, motherfucker. And that's why you see me go on the way that I go on, because it just is. Whether you want to acknowledge that I'm high priestess, shaman, divine, it doesn't really matter. It don't really matter. It's just a meat suit. Don't be eluded by the meat suit. Yeah, the meat suit could look like anything. The meat suit could look like anybody. The meat suit could look like what you believe to be it. But it could also look like what you believe to be so far from it too. But what you think is irrelevant. It's who I am. It's who I am. And I've been telling these motherfuckers what I go on for them and what's happening around them. And they're still making these dickhead decisions. I mean, fucking hell. Jason had a dream. The dream told him that it was the one man feeds many, some fisherman, that he had a job to do in the celestial world. He had a dream about being on the steps of heaven, and his mum and that couldn't come. You get him? And it's like, Jason, it's up to you if you want to go back for your mum and your brother, you know. It's up to you, but let me tell you something what the divine's telling me about your mum and that. Your mum's a fucking whore, blood. I said, your mum fucking slept with your dad. Your dad's a king, you know, a married king. Remember, this is Akashic records. So even though his mum is the woman who is his mum today, but I'm talking lifetimes and lifetimes ago, I'm telling him what happened. But what I'm telling him happened lifetime and lifetime ago, he's come to understand that it is also happened in this life. The night that my man came to my house and ended up in my bed, and I was saying to Spirit, how did this happen? Me and him never slept together, but I woke up, he was supposed to have been gone. And I've woke up and he's in the house and my kids are there. And I'm like, nah, definitely not. Spirit's laughing. Because Spirit, it's a setup, edit. It's a setup by my spirit gang. Because it wouldn't have happened any other way. They had to set me up. Because I was adamant. I don't want to see nobody. I don't want to meet nobody. Nothing. Even though I knew this nigga from a year ago. I knew him from when I was 11 years of age. Because we went to the same school together, to be fair. But I seen him a year ago and it took him a year to come back around. But I knew he was coming. And I knew it was what it was, but I didn't think it was going to be with the kids in the house at the same time, but whatever. Spirit's funny like that. But I told him, when he said what he said at the end, yeah, I'm trying to say, I said, nah, Jace, man. I said, are you absolutely sure? He was like, yeah. I was like, he thinks this son is his saviour and his mission to get it right. This is what she's told him. This is what he's come to believe. And the pitney's not even his pitney. Imagine how twisted have these fucking karmics got these mans them. Beg your pardon. How twisted have these karmics got these mans wrapped up. But they're using sorcery, they're using all kinds of magic, and I get it. You get what I'm saying? Magic can be spell work is serious, man. Anybody who says they don't believe in spell work, good luck to you. Good luck to you for two reasons. One, if you don't believe in something, a lot of the time it can't trouble you because you don't make yourself a vibrational match. But if you're somebody that's vibrating at certain levels and you are a vibrational match and you don't believe, good luck to you. Good luck to you, because them demons, those spirits that spell work will have you fucked up. Fucked up. Trust me, will have you fucked up. It's getting dark and it's still morning. Imagine. Alright, let's get some of this in.
I don't want to say that somebody chose someone over you.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they fucking did. Every time.
But
it
like
weren't over me.
Away
they were never
everything
mine.
For a temptation.
The devil had them.
And now they're feeling guilty here because they know something here cannot be reconciled. Like, it's something here cannot be fixed. It cannot be alchemized. Because you have moved on with that Six of Swords that we saw. You have moved on. You are not in the same place where you were. We have the Ten of Swords. This is an ego death for someone. Someone here is currently going through an ego death. The realization that they themselves were the reason why they lost out on a soul contract here with you. You fulfilled your end of the bargain.
I did.
You did your job. You warned them.
I fucking did.
Universe, tell us more. The Eight of Cups reversed. Somebody here now wants to come back. They want to come back? Well, they want to return? We do have the Queen of Pentacles here in the Moon. Maybe this person never saw your character, or they were lied to about you. That's why they didn't believe you. We did see that Knight of Cups earlier, too. Somebody could be wanting to reach out and apologize and try to make amends. Maybe that's why they want to tail back. But
no,
the fact that I see this Queen of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck, I don't know if somebody only wants to come back because now you're doing good.
Yeah.
Because now you're being seen as somebody who's very prosperous,
now they can
abundant.
see that I am who I am.
You can also be very nurturing, kind, down to earth.
Fuck you, motherfucker.
The Queen of Pentacles is someone who is very creative. But some kind of illusion here has fallen. Maybe there has been an illusion here around you. It honestly feels like you were the only one that was keeping it real in this situation. It's like whoever you try. I feel like whatever this warning was, it was because it was coming from some kind of experience here that you had. Like maybe you knew how something here was going to turn out and you were like, that's not a good idea. And somebody took it as a judgment upon themselves, even though they themselves knew the truth the whole time. It's like blind ignorance, and I keep repeating that, but because maybe that's what this person is like now waking up to with this Nine of Swords. It's very heavy in this energy. What's behind this moon? The Nine of Wands and the Five of Cups. Somebody here is definitely grieving over a loss. Some kind of illusion here has fallen. I feel like in regards to you, because you're still shining and you're still doing very well for yourself with this Queen of Pentacles, in spite of what has happened to you. Something here is very, Two of Cups, oh hell no. I'm sorry. This is wishful thinking. I mean, Eight of Cups, reverse, the Tower, and the Two of Cups. This is wishful, delusional thinking. Somebody here is hoping that they can reconcile some kind of relationship with you. Because now that everything has gone to shit, just like how you warned them it would. It's like they now want to come back with their tail between their legs because they know they never ended up winning in the first place. And maybe somebody here knows that something can't be reconciled, but yet I feel like they're still giving it a shot. We do have the Ten of Cups here. And the Seven of Wands. This could be someone here that you have had... You could have had to have defended yourself from. It's like now they want a Ten of Cups. Somebody wants to let bygones be bygones. No, I think they want to come back because they're still seeing that you're the Queen of Pentacles. Maybe this is somebody here who felt like they were okay with losing you because what could you give them? You didn't give them anything. In all actuality, you were the prize the whole time. You were the prosperity. You were the abundance. You were the key that unlocked all of that as the Queen of Pentacles. Again, whether this is a family member, a friend, an ex-lover, an old business partner, However this resonates for you. Somebody's hoping that they can make amends, even though what they did, I don't think there is no steady path in you moving forward together, and I think they know that. Universe, please clarify this Two of Cups, please. Okay, that was way too many. Universe, tell me about this Ten of Cups. Tell me about the Two of Cups. Excuse me. The Queen of Wands in the reverse in the World. So they're coming back because the relationship here has ended with the Queen of Wands in the reverse. This could be a Leo, doesn't have to be. Or like a Cancer Leo cusp. Something here has ended. And now they're feeling guilty. Tell me more about this Two of Cups. The Nine of Cups reversed and the Page of Cups. So they're dissatisfied with their life, so they want to come in and apologize, hoping that you can come and make it better. Seven of Swords. They just want to come and sabotage you again. Oh my god, I'm so tired of these bullshit. I really am. So they know what they do is wrong in the first place. Maybe everything that I just said is everything that they're gonna try and say to try and win you back over, so that way they can get out from the cold with this Five of Pentacles in the reverse. They don't want something here to be over that's already over. Somebody needs your help. They need something from you because you're the Queen of Pentacles. You are very stable. This could be somebody here who wants to come around and maybe even ask you if they can like sleep on your couch type of vibes. But you don't owe this person anything here with this Ten of Wands. This could be somebody here that you haven't even talked to in a while, but they're still up to their shady shenanigans. And the thing is, they know that what they do is wrong, but they still do it anyway. Or this could even be the individual that you warned somebody about. Maybe that person is wanting to come back around to you somehow. So, if this is a friend situation, this is like your friend wanting to come back. Right, like maybe they picked a different friend over you, or maybe they picked like a relationship over you in some kind of way. Like it really feels like something here was toxic. You just tried to warn somebody about something and they took it personally. So then whoever they picked over you was attacking you. But now the person who sat by and let it happen wants to come back into your life, but that person also hasn't changed. They realize now that you were right, but they still haven't evolved beyond their ignorance. That's what it is. They're still up to their shady antics, and they just want your help to take them out from the cold. They need you to mend them, to warm them back up, essentially, for you to pour your love into them, to help build them back up. Because you're the Queen of Pentacles. Give me a moment. Okay, y'all, I'm back. This could even be a situation where the reason why this person is trying to come back with this deceit is because they're trying to beat the other person from coming in and telling you the truth. about what they said. So they're hoping that they can implant a lie as if you're going to believe them. Because you know what, I feel like you intuitively know what happened here. So it's like somebody is trying to beat the other person to the punch. That's what this deception is. In hopes of acting like they're on your team and wanting to say like how they had no involvement in something, trying to wash their hands clean of a situation. Universe. Wow, I just cut the deck. Revenge. I'm looking to damage you in retaliation for perceived wrongs. That's what it was. There was a whole revenge plot here. And it sounds like neither one wants to go down, even though both were at fault. Everyone's trying to run, dodge, and escape accountability. They want to come in and apologize. Now it's a matter of who's going to come in first. Universe. Tell us more.
Travel season is in full swing. Reserving your vehicle is fast and easy. Book direct at hertz.co.uk.
Barquibus es un seguro de salud animal. El mejor socio financiero que encontramos fue Stripe, precisamente porque nos daba flexibilidad, vendiendo, abriendo nuevos países, iterando muy rápido. Trabajar con Visa y Stripe y Sui nos ha permitido cerrar nuestra misión de ayudar a todos los animales.
The powers within.
We can activate aspects of our energy field through applying sacred geometry movement patterns.
We have gaslight. I will deliberately manipulate your perception of reality until you are doubting your own experiences and memories. Somebody wants to come in here and gaslight you, right? They're trying to see how much you remember from the past. They're trying to fool you. This is somebody here that doesn't want you to have a new beginning because they know you're on the precipice of that. But in order for you to have a new beginning, what was falsely built around your name needs to come crumbling down. You need to have that clean slate. That means the lies and the rumors, they need to come down too. Whatever revenge plot this was. We have sage advice. My wisdom is rooted in experience. I can offer a fresh perspective. Maybe that's why they want to come in and gaslight you and say, oh, I need your help. Remember? Maybe they need your advice. They need you to help to build them back up. But they're using an excuse saying that they've been on your side this whole time. And we have meddler. I may step in and try to influence or control your life. I'm certain I know best. So this person wants to gaslight. They want to use and abuse your wisdom. And then they also want to meddle in your life. They have ulterior motives. And we have closure. They can even coming in saying maybe they're trying to disguise this apology as closure. Maybe they might even say, oh, we don't need to be friends, or we don't need to get back together, or, you know, we don't ever need to hang out again or whatever, but at least we can get some closure. No, it's all a tactic here. Because they're also going to be like, can I pick your brain? Can I pick your brain? Because I feel like you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't in this situation. Because I feel like the moment you turn them down, they're gonna be like, see, I knew it all along. It's the same thing again. But it's because you are closed off. Because you know this person is lying. You're going to see this gaslighting. You're going to see this because you are a sage. You use your wisdom. It's time to resolve unfinished business and move forward in our lives. That's what somebody could be wanting to claim, but I feel like it's all a ruse. What was this that came out? The Empress in the reverse.
144.
Somebody here needs something. Because something here is falling apart in their lives. Because the person that they chose over you
Was a fake.
and I'm not trying to say that like anyone needs to come first in anybody else's life, but it's almost given the energy of going against your own.
That's true. That is true. Because they should have been of God like me.
Actually, you know what, universe, give me
How
one
can you go
more.
against God?
Apathetic. I prefer to remain focused on my own life right now. Yeah, they're apathetic. They're just lying to you because they know that you are filled with empathy. They're counting on your empathy to come and save them.
What empathy? I've mastered that now, bitch.
Actually, universe, tell us more, please. We have big break, career turning point, major opportunity, life-changing moment. This is it. You guys are on the precipice here of receiving some kind of big break. And this could be something here that you have been doing for your inner child. You're definitely receiving a major opportunity. We have mirror, mirror, facing yourself and others, reflective relationships, self-awareness, what you see is you. It's because you've done your healing work, you've done your shadow work here, you've done your reflection here. That's why you're receiving some kind of opportunity. So why is all this taking place now? Maybe because this could be another test here. Are you going to allow yourself to fall for the same old tricks that you fell for in the past?
Mm-hmm. Oh no.
Because something here is getting ready to be mirrored. And we have an energy vampire. This is somebody here that's hoping that they can use you against you.
Yep.
But
Yep.
this is somebody here who's still thinking that you're still the same individual.
Yep.
Whoever I'm reading for, you're not that same person that
Nope.
you were. So they were encountering a different version of you. Which is why I don't think their plans are going to succeed. We have energy vampires. They only want to take energy here from you. Draining connections, toxic influence, protect your energy, time to cut cords. Somebody here could be... Somebody just, they need to be fed. That's what it feels like. You're getting ready here to live the luxury life. You're getting some kind of big break, some kind of life-changing opportunity, a turning point in your career, because you're too busy making money moves. Smart decisions, strategic investments, building wealth, making your money work for you. And maybe somebody sees, again, this has to do with you being the Queen of Pentacles. It's something about, I did say yesterday, and I think the reading before that, about your energy being undeniable at this time. Because the truth is coming out, because now everybody, it's like that layer has, been exposed. It's been ripped off. Something here could not be ignored any longer. It's like the epiphany, the awakening. One individual had an awakening. They had an epiphany. They had like a Kundalini experience when they were like, holy shit, the collective was right the whole time. And now it's too late because you're too busy. You're too busy getting the life that you've always wanted for yourself. And we had that inner child in this mirror. You've done your inner healing. You've done the reflection work that you've needed to do in order to mend your inner child, in order for you to be able to fully feel safe. This person ended up doing you a favor.
Yep. Took all my family and friends away. Thank you so much.
But it's like, they still wanted to rob your energy. Maybe these people were working together in order to rob your energy. Maybe that was one of the tactics.
Yeah.
By having this revenge plot about you was a tactic that they used in order to rob and be able to feed off of your energy. But that could only work until you were healed. Because now that you're healed, now that you've faced yourself, somebody here can't use you against you because that's no longer you.
Yeah.
You're no longer afraid of your own reflection.
No.
You're no longer afraid of your own shadow. And you put it to good use here to make money moves.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why you're receiving some kind of big break, because you've made smart decisions. And you're getting ready to enjoy your rewards because you deserve it.
That's what they were saying to me today, like, celebrate, what do you want?
Universe.
I was thinking I
Wake
should
up
order
call.
a cake.
That's what somebody got. They got a wake up call.
Is that,
Spiritual
no.
awakening, sudden clarity, urgent awareness. Can't ignore anymore. Somebody here could not ignore. You have secured the bag here. Bag secured. And you're getting ready to live the luxury life. Maybe this is somebody here who never believed in you. Like a family member or a friend, but they just kept you around. We have crossroads, important choice, life-changing decision, choose wisely. Your next step matters. Your next step matters here. Do not get caught in somebody else's bullshit, because it's like, I feel like somebody is coming back in hopes that you would help take on some of their karma, because they know you're receiving a big break. You secured the bag, you're headed towards a life of luxury here, and they're like, oh, they have more than enough to spare. 37 on the timer. Be very careful.
Oh my God. There's no chance.
And I also feel like somebody here is going to be reaching out to you. It's not the first person that reaches out to you that has the truth in your best interest.
Of course not.
Because I feel like somebody here is like, the first thing they're going to do, because they know that they've been made. That's what it feels like. Somebody knows that they've been made, and they know that it's only a matter of time before the person that they were working with or that they chose over you is going to reach out to you and tell you the truth. So they're like, you know what? Let me go in now and step in good graces.
And tell them a little bit, but not
because
everything.
The collective's doing so well, and I could use their help to help build me back up.
Mm-hmm. I don't think so, motherfucker.
Universe, give me 2 more. CEO energy, taking control, natural leadership, confidence in business. I'm the boss. You're the boss of your own life here.
Come on now.
You could even be receiving some kind of influencer status. Or maybe that's your big break here. If you guys are posting online, like maybe you are going to be going viral soon or gaining some kind of big opportunity.
Come on. to run downstairs and make myself some tea. But no, seriously, innit? Big boss blood. Money moves, man. Money moves. It's not a joke thing. I'm playing around with these monkeys for far too long. Well, it is what it is, isn't it? The main thing is that we're aware right now at the time when we need to be aware of it, and we're not allowing these jokers to fucking pull us around in a cycle and another cycle and another cycle. We've got choice now, we've got discernment, we know who we are. They can't play us against ourselves anymore because we're never that smart. That's what was fucking me up in the beginning. I know these fuckers are not that smart, so how are they getting me? I had to realise that they were playing me against me.
So the first person didn't believe in you.
Playing me against me.
But now that they see that you're doing good, they're like, oh, I can't deny you. I need to come in. I need their help. This person's going to try and stroke your ego. Again, with that, like, sage advice that we had earlier. They're going to try and, like, stroke your ego. I'll be like, oh, but you're so good. You're doing so well. You can help. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to try and, like, stroke your ego to be like, you know what? I am doing so well. You know what? Let me take on a student.
It's the Almighty.
It's like, even though you've already taken this person on in some kind of way in the past.
I'm not taking on no baggage.
Again,
I want to fly. Do you hear me? I want to fly.
That your empathy
if I want to fly, I can't afford baggage. I don't have empathy like that anymore.
Doesn't mean you need to do for
there you go. I can feel, oh, really?
Lens,
so sorry for you. But that's you. Bye-bye. Hope you get it sorted. Look at my phone, how many people I've blocked. People in Jamaica giving me their story. People in Africa giving me their story. People dying. People red hair, horse dead, cow fat. Yeah. Now I'm just like, no, don't get me wrong. If the Almighty tells me to give. And I have give. I've given plentiful. Do you know what I'm saying? But when the Almighty tells me no, shut it down, it's shut down. And by about now, it's shut down season. So sorry, that can't happen. Even my little daughter, she's having to work for it. Even my own kids, I'm sticking it on them exactly the same way. So if I'm able to do it with my own children, who I love unconditionally, who are you? They've abused me and they've manipulated and they've took my weakness for kindness because I am an empath. You know what I mean? I did come here to serve. I did come here to help and all the rest of it. But at the same time, I come here for myself too. And they told me that you need to be a selfish now. You need to be a selfish. Go inside your shell and just deal with you. Deal with your healing, your awareness, your abundance. And that's what I've done. And now that I've done that, I get to see, yeah, I can step in when I want to and I can step back when I want to. I have free will. I'm not being dominated. I'm not being dictated to. I'm not being tricked. I'm not being manipulated. I'm not being led astray anymore. No, I stand in my truth, my power, and I determine what's what. I determine my life, only me and the Almighty and my spirit team. Not no man, not no devil, not no demon, me.
The only way out is through. Do not try to be the side door of that path that the universe is trying to send them through. You know what I mean? There are no shortcuts in the tunnel.
No, there's no shortcuts. What they're looking for one.
Universe, tell us more, please. Breaking cycles. You are breaking cycles here. Ending harmful patterns, freedom from reception, new beginnings, it stops with me.
I told you,
you're the one that is breaking.
You're not bringing this into the next
cycles,
generation.
Breaking generational curses. Ending harmful patterns, it ends with you.
Ends here, man. I'm telling you now, so I have to face it. Head on.
We have boundaries. Your boundaries are sharp. Remember why you put them up in the first place. Remember why and remember who for. You put boundaries up with this person for a reason. This person wants you to forget why. do not allow yourself to forget why you had to put them up in the first place. You're the one that is breaking patterns here. And this could be a vicious cycle of you always taking people back, giving people the benefit of the doubt.
Trust me.
Right? Whether this was family, friends. It's like you were quick to forgive and move on. And maybe that's just a natural trait about you. Don't ever change that. But sometimes you need to know that boundaries is enough. You can only give someone so many chances. And sometimes you need to be the lesson.
Trust me. What's wrong with me being the lesson? Fuck you.
Not the side door. Not the quick exit. My throat's like getting like raspy or like itchy at the back of the throat. I hope I'm not getting sick. I hope it's just because it was like 13 degrees out today and my body is just mad. We're gonna go with that. I'm hoping that's all that it is. Universe, please tell us more. I know someone's gonna say drink tea with honey. I'm already drinking tea with honey. Universe, please tell us more for the collective. Thank you. Spilled tea. Gossip is currency and someone just cashed in. When the tea is this hot, you better believe it's being passed around. So this could even be a part of yesterday's message, a continuation. This is part of the tea. Oh. I guess the elixir worked. Because now everybody's having these wake-up calls and these epiphanies. And maybe part of this tea is that you are going to be living large, that you've hit it big. Maybe people see that there's an opportunity headed your way because whatever work you have been doing has been very undeniable. Luxury is the new baseline.
It's the baseline.
They're not just dabbling in wealth, they're dwelling in it. You've learned to not chase money, but be money. Oh?
It's a currency.
Universe. Hidden agenda? I freaking knew it. I knew somebody had a hidden agenda. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it from the moment the Seven of Swords came out. I knew it. Not everyone's motives are obvious. This connection comes with fine print and a hidden clause. Fine print and a hidden clause. And the tea is being spilled about the fine prints. Somebody is about to be canceled. A whole X drama? Excuse me. They crossed the line. Now they're being called out and torn down. A fall from grace, it's hotter when it's public. Oh, I like this deck. It's spunky. So that's part of this tea here about how somebody here is being canceled for crossing a line. That's why the tea is piping hot, because they crossed the line here. Somebody's hidden agendas and motives are coming out.
Come out, wherever you are.
We have X drama. The past didn't stay in the past. An old flame is reigniting chaos, stirring up drama, or still has emotional pull. Yup, this is someone here that you left behind a long time ago. You moved on. You were too busy making money moves. Too busy building up your luxurious life here. And somebody's trying to stir the pot. Lies detected. A version of truth was offered, but it was curated, calculated, or conveniently incomplete. You warned somebody about these lies. Somebody here for those that I'm just gonna say somebody here could be hiding in the closet. I don't know why. I just have that feeling.
Yeah.
And it's their own inability to want to come out and say hi.
It's going public.
Created them to create all of these lies.
Because they were on
To
a
create
down low.
alibis. This person uses people as alibis.
Yeah. When you're all in it together, like a big orgy. Yes.
Maybe you warned someone, like, hey girl, like, I don't know. Like, maybe you knew that somebody here was, I don't know. Maybe you called out the fact that somebody here was in the closet and you're like, you know your husband's gay, right? You know your wife is gay,
my
right?
husband. That's what they said.
Or they're not gonna change for you. I don't know, something like that. That's for someone, that's not for everyone, but somebody here has detected some kind of lies, and now somebody here that you left in the past who has been canceled is trying to stir up drama because the tea is hot.
Tea spilt.
But we are going to close this reading out. I'm trying so hard to fight back the sneeze. Universe, please give us an affirmation for the collective, please. We have beauty. I'm beautiful even when I don't think it. I'm beautiful even when I don't see it. I'm beautiful no matter how many people don't say it. I'm beautiful, and I don't even care if you know it. I'm beautiful, which is why I don't have to try so hard all the time to show it. Yes, you are collective.
This is what it isn't.
Something here about...
I said it in the beginning, innit? I was like,
what's that song with
I
Nicki
just
Minaj
am.
and Beyonce, Feeling Myself?
I'm feeling
That's the
myself.
vibe I'm getting off this beauty affirmation card. What do I want? I want this one. Universe, please give us a final message for the collective. I know I have a few people waiting on private readings. I'm gonna attempt to do them tomorrow. My goal was to do them today. You know what? I'm gonna try to do them tonight. I just don't want to like sneeze through the readings. Universe, please give us a final message for the collective. We have courage, number 50. The warmth of your open heart can give comfort to all who cross your path. The root word for courage is coeur, which is a French word for heart. Courage comes from the heart. It is an inner strength guided by love which seeks truth and justice. When you have the courage to be true to yourself, you start to feel empowered to act and live in ways true to your own soul, without any illusion. Ganesha is urging you to let down your guard and stop wearing a mask. Begin to have more respect for yourself as well for others. Beware of making harsh judgments about yourself and others. When you come from the heart, you will find that you relate better to others. Your innate gifts will be able to shine through. You are capable of leadership, achievement, and inspiring others to succeed through your own success. I think it's because you have already done this. You've already found the courage. Even if you don't feel like you have. But I feel like you did. And I don't think you're giving yourself enough credit either, collective. When you draw this card, it is a sign that your ability to cooperate and thrive in peer ventures with like-minded individuals is heightened. Keyword, like-minded. Somebody here could be wanting to come in and try to frame that, oh, we're the same, and I'm so sorry that I didn't see that in you before. If y'all were the same, then they would have saw it. But, I mean, I digress. Be willing to do what is needed for things to run smoothly for you. Be willing to do what is needed for things to run smoothly for you. Ganesha promises great success if you are willing to let down your walls. He is pictured here on the powerful lion and inherited from his mother Parvati. The lion represents the fierce nature of Ganesha. He calls on you now to trust the fearless part of your being, your own inner lion, and invites you to work with him to learn how to be valiant and harness your heart's great courage.
Absolutely.
And sometimes it's the courage to remain faithful and steadfast in your boundaries. But that is what I have for y'all today, collective. I am sending you all lots of love and lots of light.
Let's give you your flowers.
And I will see you next time. Ciao.
Thank you.
Get one with your first £10 deposit.
That was mentally healing for me. Hearing some of my own words come back to me, my own understanding, my own epiphanies, my own realizations, me knowing where I am on this journey and having him describe parts of that journey back to me to give me an awareness or validation or recognition or confirmation, perhaps even more so, of that I'm on the right track and I'm doing what I need to do. You know what I mean? And that's what this whole thing is about, this Earth School, recognizing where we are on the path, what we need to do, and doing it and getting on with it. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of put that out there. And again, like I said, a lot of what he said I knew, but a lot of what he said also hit some home truths in myself, and I do need to celebrate myself a lot more, you know, and I do need to recognize just how far I have come in a physical 3D body as well as a mental kind of external self-consciousness, and just recognize that, yeah, it is real, whether I see it with these eyes or I see it with these eyes. Like the divine said, it's all real. Pay attention to all of it. So on that one, at 211, I'm gonna let you go. Till next time. See you later. Mwah.